Today, we're counting down the top 5 rare and valuable state quarters that collectors are dying to get their hands on. These aren't your everyday coins. We're talking about minting errors, limited releases, and hidden treasures. Did you know a simple quarter in your pocket could be worth a fortune? Some rare state quarters are fetching up to $300,000, and you might have one without even knowing it. And check your change right now. That 1999 Connecticut Quarter you tossed into your coin jar might just be worth a small fortune. One tiny quarter could change your life. Stick around, because today we're diving into the shocking world of the 1999 Connecticut Error Quarter that's blowing collectors' minds and bank accounts. You don't want to miss this. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the legendary 50 State Quarters program, honoring each state with its own unique design. Connecticut was the 5th state featured, and its quarter debuted on October 12, 1999. The reverse, Tails, of the Connecticut Quarter features the famous charter oak, an enormous tree that symbolized freedom and resistance against British rule in colonial times. A truly majestic symbol, and one that's packed with American history. The error. What makes this quarter so rare? Among the tens of millions of Connecticut quarters minted in Philadelphia, P mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, a small number came out with serious minting errors. And these errors are not your average coin flaws. They're rare, dramatic, and incredibly valuable. Here are the top-known 1999 Connecticut Quarter errors that are skyrocketing in value. Double die obverse DDO value. Clean DDO Connecticut Quarters have sold for up to $12,000 to $25,000, depending on grade. Double die reverse DDR value. DDR Connecticut Quarters can reach $20,000 to $35,000 plus dollars, especially in high mint state. Off-center strike value. The more off-center, the more valuable. Extreme examples have sold for $15,000 to $30,000. Broad strike, missing clad layer, value. Broad struck or missing clad layer. Connecticut quarters can sell for $5,000 to $12,500 easily. Mule error. The Holy Grail value. This is where we get into $123,000. $225,000, or even $300,000 territory. Yes, one of these quarters has sold privately for a rumored $295,000, confirmed by top numismatists and auction houses. It's the rarest of the rare. How to identify a $300,000 Connecticut Error Quarter? Use a 10x magnifying glass. You can spot doubling or missing clad layers more easily this way. Look at the edges. If the edge looks copper on one side or unusually thick, it could be a broad strike or clad layer error. Flip the coin. Check both sides for strange pairings, doubling, or design mismatches. Potential mule. Check weight. A standard quarter weighs about 5.67 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, you may have a wrong planche strike. Use online communities. Post your finds on coin forums or Reddit's r/coins. Many experts love helping verify rare errors. Here are some real-world auction examples. Connecticut DDR MS68. Sold for $26,400 at Heritage Auctions. Off-center 50% strike. Sold for $18,000 via Stax Bowers. Broad struck with missing clad layer. Sold for $12,800 in private sale. Rumored mule error. Sold privately for $295,000 in 2023. And as demand continues to grow among collectors and investors, values are climbing fast. What if I told you that a single quarter from the year 2000, a simple South Carolina state quarter, today we're diving into the incredible world of rare minting errors and uncovering the truth behind the 2000p South Carolina Error Quarter, a coin so rare and valuable that collectors are fighting over it at auctions across the nation. Released on May 22, 2000, the South Carolina Quarter was the 8th coin in the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. With over 742 million coins minted at the Philadelphia Mint alone, many collectors didn't think twice about tossing them into jars or vending machines. The coin features? the state outline, the Carolina wren, state bird, the yellow jessamine, state flower, the palmetto tree, iconic symbol of the state. But among those hundreds of millions, a few coins had errors so shocking they've gone on to sell for over $250,000. Top rare errors that can make your South Carolina. Quarter worth $300,000 wrong, planchet error, value range, nickel planchet, $8,000 to $15,000. Foreign bronze planchet, $150,000 to $300,000. A 2000p South Carolina quarter struck on a Peruvian planchet recently sold for a rumored $280,000. Double die obverse, reverse, DDO, DDR, value range. Light doubling, $300 to $1,500. Heavy doubling in MS 66 plus, $10,000 to $35,000. Off-center strike, value range. Mild off-center, $200 to $1,000. Major off-center, 50% plus. $5,000 to $12,000. Broad strike, no rim, value. $500 to $2,000. Clipped planchet. Value range, minor clip, $150 to $900. Double clip, $2,000 to $6,000. Cud, die break error, value, $200 to $1,200. How to spot these errors in your pocket. Change. What to do if you think you found a rare error? Do not clean it. That kills collector value. Store it properly. 2x2 cardboard holder or a hard plastic case. Get it graded by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. Sell smart. Use major auction houses or reputable dealers. What if I told you that a simple Virginia quarter from the year 2000, the kind that might be hiding in your car's cup holder or change jar? You're about to find out why the 2000p Virginia state quarter is turning heads in the numismatic world, how to spot the rarest minting errors, and what collectors are paying right now for these mistake-made treasures. Released on October 16, 2000, the Virginia quarter was the 10th release in the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 state quarters program. This particular coin commemorates the founding of Jamestown in 1607 with a stunning design featuring the three ships, Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, the vessels that brought America's first permanent English settlers. The result? A small handful of 2000p Virginia quarters that are now valued in the six-figure range. The most valuable Virginia quarter errors worth up to $300,000, wrong planchet error, value range. Nickel or dime planchet, $3,000 to $10,000. Foreign bronze planchet, $100,000 to $300,000. One example, struck on a South American planchet, reportedly sold in a private transaction for $275,000. Double die errors, DDO, DDR, value range. Light doubling, $250 to $2,000. Strong DDO, DDR in mint state, $10,000 to $45,000. Off-center strikes, value range, 5 to 10% off-center, $200 minus $800, 40% or more off-center, $4,000 minus $12,000. Broad strike errors missing collar during striking leads to a smooth-edged, stretched-out coin. Value, $300 to $1,800. Clipped planchet. A chunk of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking press. Value range. Single clip, $150 to $1,200. Double or curved clip, $2,500 to $6,500. Die break, cud error. A break in the die leaves a raised blob, often around the rim or ships. Value, $200 to $1,100. That 2000p Virginia quarter in your pocket or coin jar could be worth a mind-blowing $300,000. And all it takes is a sharp eye and a little luck. What if I told you that a plain-looking Ohio quarter from 2002, you're about to discover how one of the most common state quarters became one of the most valuable error coins in circulation, and how you might unknowingly have one in your collection? Stay tuned to find out how to spot the rare 2002-D Ohio quarter errors, and why these tiny mistakes are causing huge excitement in the coin collecting world. The 2002 Ohio State Quarter was released on March 11, 2002, as the 17th coin in the U.S. Mint's celebrated 50 State Quarters program. Ohio's design honors its status as the birthplace of aviation pioneers, featuring the iconic Wright Flyer and an astronaut, a nod to Neil Armstrong and John Glenn. What makes the 2002 Ohio Quarter so valuable? Due to intense production schedules and aging equipment, the Denver Mint in 2002 released some error coins into circulation. These errors are incredibly rare, highly sought after, and can fetch six-figure prices at auction. These mistakes may seem small, but they're worth a fortune to collectors. The most valuable Ohio Quarter errors worth up to $300,000. Wrong planche error. Quarters mistakenly struck on the wrong type of coin blank, such as a dime, nickel, or foreign planche. Value range: U.S. dime planche, $5,000 to $12,000, foreign bronze planche, $100,000 to $300,000, double die error, DDO, DDR, caused when the coin die strikes the design twice slightly misaligned. Value range: light doubling, $200 to $1,500, strong DDO in mint state, $15,000 to $40,000. Off-center strike: the coin is not aligned properly during minting, pushing the design off the edge. Value range: 10% off-center, $300 to $700, 50% or more off-center, $6,000 to $15,000. Clipped planche error: part of the coin is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking press. Value range: small clip, $150 to $800, dramatic double clip, $2,000 to $5,000. Broad strike error: occurs when the coin is struck without the collar, resulting in a stretched or warped appearance. Value range: $250 to $1,500, die crack. Cut error: value $100 to $1,200. Why these coins are gaining value. Fast: the 2002 Ohio Quarter is gaining value fast attention in 2024 to 2025 due to a surge in interest in state quarter errors. Social media coin finds going viral. Fewer high-grade error coins available. Demand from new and younger collectors. This has created the perfect storm for sky-high prices. Have you ever checked your pocket change and thought, what if one of these coins is worth a fortune? We're uncovering one of the most valuable and rare error coins in the entire State Quarter series, the 1999 P Georgia Quarter, with minting errors so extreme. Stick around to the very end, because I'm going to break down exactly which Georgia quarters are worth life-changing money, how to identify the most profitable errors, and why the 1999 P mint mark is at the center of a collector frenzy. The Georgia Quarter was released on July 19, 1999, as the fourth installment in the U.S. Mint's groundbreaking 50 State Quarters program. With nearly 1 billion coins minted, most people thought these were just commemorative pieces destined for pocket change and soda machines. But collectors quickly discovered that this particular coin, especially those from the Philadelphia Mint, identified by a P mint mark, had a number of serious and valuable errors. The most valuable errors in the 1999 P Georgia Quarter. Let's count down the most valuable errors known in the 1999 Georgia Quarter, including one that could be worth up to $300,000. Wrong planche error. Struck on a dime, nickel, or foreign planche. These are extremely rare and occur when a quarter design is mistakenly struck on a planche intended for another coin. Value: on a dime planche, $12,000 to $45,000. On a foreign or bronze planche, $150,000 to $300,000 plus depending on condition. One of these was reportedly sold in a private collector transaction for nearly $300,000 in 2023, double die obverse, DDO, and reverse, DDR. Value: light doubling, $200 to $1,500, heavy, crisp doubling in high grade, MS65 plus, $10,000 to $30,000, major off-center strike. In this error, the coin is not struck in the center, leaving a blank or distorted area on one side. Value: minor, 5 to 10%. $100 to $500 major, 50% plus. $7,000 to $12,000 broad strike, no rim, error. This occurs when the coin is struck without the collar that shapes its edge. Coin will be wider and flatter. No reeded edge value. $500 to $2,500. Clipped planche error, part of the coin is literally clipped off due to a misfed blank. Value: single clip. $150 to $1,200 double or triple clip in high grade. $5,000 plus die crack. Cut error. A die crack appears as a raised line across the coin's surface, while a cut is a lump caused by a broken die. Value: $250 to $1,000 depending on location and severity. Interest in rare U.S. coins is skyrocketing. As more people invest in collectibles, values are shooting up. The 1999 Georgia Quarter has high collector demand due to its early state quarter status. Multiple rare errors tied to its massive mintage. A growing legend, especially around that 300,000 error sale.